Hello everyone, so I have some interesting videos here of Russian air defence in Voronezh intercepting what is claimed to be Hrim-2 ballistic missiles. I'm going to play the videos without me talking.
Ебать! Вон, видишь, в облаках. Ха-ха, нихуя. Ой, блядь. Все.
So a pretty interesting video showing Russian air defence actually intercepting something for a change. But what's interesting about this is the statement from Fighter Bomber. This says that this wasn't Flamingo or Storm Shadow or drones here, but rather ballistic missiles, most likely Hrim-2, saying 5 to 6 missiles were launched at Russia and all were intercepted. Now, definitely, the interceptions here are too high to be Storm Shadow or Flamingo being intercepted, which are cruise missiles flying at a very low altitude, and they are far higher than we typically see with Ukrainian drones, which again, we do usually see flying at a low altitude. However, Russia has started using its Shaheds at a higher altitude like this in order to dive them down onto the target and avoid small arms firing that sort of thing when on approach. So it is very possible that Ukraine has started doing the same, so it is a possibility. Fighter bomber is quite a trustworthy source for a Russian. They have shared details on Russian aircraft losses which we might not otherwise know about, so fighter bomber saying this was Hrim-2 is a bit more likely than if it was the Russian government saying it. However, the source for fighter bomber here is old ladies. Now, unless old ladies is a code word, I can't see how some old granny in a Russian shithole village is going to be able to correctly identify the missile type. They're still amazed at running water and think photographs are going to steal their soul over in Russia. I don't think Doris would have specifically said Hrim-2. I guess they would have reported missiles and fighter bomber. It's seen these videos of high altitude interceptions, plus the reports from Doris, and is putting two and two together to make Hrim. Arguing against Hrim-2 being used here is that all of them were intercepted. Russia still struggles to intercept bog standard drones. They still struggle with Storm Shadow. They struggled against Flamingo, which is hardly a complex missile, and I don't think we've intercepted the Neptune yet. So I can't see Russia being able to intercept 5 or 6 Hrim-2s. And I just can't see Ukraine using Hrim-2s like this. Not without some sort of decoy like molds launched at the same time in order to attract the air defense missiles. That's how Ukraine typically uses its Storm Shadows and other missiles and drones, launched alongside decoys. I think this is drones being intercepted here. Possibly a test by Ukraine of flying bog standard attack drones or Ukraine Shahed variant at a high altitude as a test to see if they get through. Higher altitude is easier to spot, but it also limits the chance of being shot down by small arms fire or short range missiles like manpads. Voronezh is here, about 175 kilometers from the border. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much and take care, everybody.